let's get back to your career,
Sure.
Yasser. You became a grandmaster in 7 years or something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Right. So I was like, at the time, I got my final grandmaster norm in Vaikonse, 1980. I was like 19 years and old and 10 months, let's say. And I got my third and final grandmaster norm. This is like, wow, this was like just a dream come true. It was fantastic, blah, blah, blah. And I was really proud of myself. So I decided to look up who were the youngest grandmasters in history. And of course, there was Bobby Fischer's record. Never, ever to be broken. Not even close.
Oh, as you mentioned, that was around 14 years and... No, 15,
15
15 and a little bit, right?
Yeah.
15 and a bit.
Say 15 years and 6 months. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's like Bob Beeman's, world jump record. Just never will ever.
Nobody will ever
no,
touch
no,
that.
No. I mean, guy just floated in midair. But who was number two? Who was number two? And it turned out that Boris Spassky, at 18 years and plus, was the second youngest grandmaster in history. So Bobby's had broken Boris by a huge margin.
Yeah.
And then close behind Boris was a guy, Henrik Mecking, from Brazil. He was the third youngest grandmaster at the time that I became the fourth youngest grandmaster. And I was like very boastful. I just like went around patting myself on the back. Hey man, this is like so cool. This is so cool. But nobody would ever beat Bobby's record. Now I don't mention it because the 12-year-olds kind of come up to me and say, like I mean, it just seems like there's 100 players who have beaten Bobby's record. Nobody would ever in the history of chess ever beat Bobby's record. Let's go to 1986 for just a moment. In 1986, the Olympics were played in Dubai. Mm-hmm. And the Soviets were really, really upset because their world champion, Maya Chibernitsa, was behind Susan Polgar. So the Soviets agreed to support Kampomanis in the election, on the proviso that all the women in the world would get 100 bonus
famous story, yeah.
for free, with the exceptions of the Polgar sisters, who could get nothing, and Pia Kramling.
And just to clarify, the Polgars were playing for Hungary at that
Correct.
point, not for the United States.
No. And Pia Kramling got 50. Because she was half and half. She played in...
How did they even spin this one?
I have no idea.
How do you spin this?
It was just a ratings grab.
No, I mean, like,
I know.
Unfair things happen all the time.
Yeah.
But
Right.
like this level is pretty remarkable.
Exactly.
Like just pure cheating on
a grandiose
on an industrial
scale.
level.
Yeah, exactly. He won re-election. In 1982, Kampomanis came in Lucerne, Switzerland. He defeated Friedrich Olofsson in the presidential election, and he ran on a platform of one grandmaster per federation. That every federation in the world, from Trinidad and Tobago, just picking a name, needs a grandmaster. So we're going to change the rules so that every federation gets a grandmaster. Now remember, in 1987, there was 120